Call to order, pledge of allegiance at 5:33. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I
salute the flag, the state of New Mexico. This is a symbol of perfect friendships among United Nations.
I got it this time.
It's just spinning around.
Well, I didn't know which way to. Pledge allegiance, whatever. Okay. Roll call, please.
Dr. Garashambo,
Here.
Lehan Daly, Robert Hayes,
Here.
Richard Jones,
I'm here.
Ron Ortiz.
Here. Ms. Quorum. Adoption of agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda? If so, what, Mr. Weiner?
I don't foresee any. I think the agenda is good as it is.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
So move to, is there a second?
I'll second.
The motion is made by Bob Hayes and seconded by Ron Ortiz to approve the agenda as presented. Roll call.
Dr. Garashambo,
Yes.
Robert Hayes,
Yes.
Richard Jones,
Aye.
Ron Ortiz,
Yes. Motion carries. Well, wait a minute, where are we at?
No, you're good.
You're good.
Okay,
motion carried.
I was zoning out, sorry. I'm still in the highway.
Oh, yeah, so a lot of other people.
Yeah. Okay, where are we at now? Minutes? Minutes.
Approval of the minutes.
Okay. Mr. Whiter, recommendations on the adoption of minute?
Mr. Hayes, was there a correction?
Under item 2, adoption of agenda, it says President Guy Archambault voted.
Yes.
Doesn't say that, it just says you voted.
Okay, so we need to amend that.
To say aye if you would. With that, I will ask for a motion to approve the minutes with that condition.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Roll call. Second?
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call.
Dr. Garashambo,
Yes.
Robert Hayes,
Yes.
Richard Jones,
Aye.
Ron Ortiz.
Yes. Minutes have been adopted. Motion carries. Recognitions. Are there any recognitions tonight?
We do. We have one special recognition that we would like to have.
Absolutely.
Tonight, we're recognizing an employee that is the second longest employee that's been with the district. She's one of the first faces that you see, people that you meet when you start as an employee at Grant Cibola County Schools. She has a tough job where she walks people through their benefits and their retirement and kind of getting set as an employee. She started with the district in 1987 as a substitute teacher.
Wow.
She was officially hired on my birthday, September 18th, 1990, as a Mount Taylor educational assistant. She served a tenure of 10 years at Mount Taylor. In 2000, she transitioned as an educational assistant at Grants High School. She served there for 5 years. The next 9 years, from 2004 to 2013, she worked as a secretary at Grants High School in the GHS clerical office. In 2013, she came to central office working as a clerical assistant for benefits under the business office as well as the human resources office. Tonight, it's my honor to recognize a wonderful lady who I'm so glad that I met 5 years ago. And so I often tease her that I thank her for putting my resume on the top of the pile. I'm so glad that I got to be here twice. Congratulations to Judy Montoya.
Hey.
Your son is also with us. I don't know if you got to see it.
You have to
You have to come way over here to be seen,
Yeah.
because everything's this way.
But look towards Lisa.
Come this way.
His water bottle's in the way. The other's wrong.
The other
It's pretty.
And then I want one with the family.
Chris can
You have to go stand by
And you
them.
have to stand by them, and you have to stand by
Over this
them.
way.
It's great, so I can hear it all.
Yeah.
Glad you're here.
You have to stand in front of the camera so he can see you, right here.
That way?
Face him. See, now he can see you.
They didn't start stopping traffic.
So we want to stand by the screen and I'll get.
Chris,
you
we're
all
gonna
back.
stand by the screen so we can take a family picture with you all.
And we'll tell you when to smile.
We'll let them take one and then I'll step
Your
out.
dad was talking to you, Chris. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And then Jane, you wanna
I'll
get back in?
step aside.
Where's someone going?
All right, 1. Thank you all. Judy, do you have anything to say?
I'm really lucky, very, very lucky. I got to start here. My kids all grew up from here and graduated and done very well. I'm just very proud to be part of your guys' team. Wouldn't have had it any other way.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely, congratulations.
Dr. Archambault?
Citizens to address the board, are there any?
Nobody today.
Well, before we do that, let's, I know why you were saying that. I think it's really remarkable for you to be here all these years and serving us, and you will walk down the hallway and there you are, and just working away. And I think that you really appreciate it. We hope that your family recognizes the value that you have for the district and will continue to do so for the next 20 or 30 years. Well, maybe not that. And we do appreciate you. Any other comments? Ron?
I've known Judy for a long time, and every time I've seen her, she always says hello and has a smile, and she always does that for everyone, and I've known her and her family for a long time. Good job.
Absolutely.
Mr. President, and just knowing that you've been here that many years just proves a point to the rest of the world that, you know, we grow our own here and that they stay because of the way the district is run, and that should make, you know, the board and all the staff very proud that they keep coming back, you know, and so I don't think we could get rid of a lot of them, even if we tried. But just thank you for those years of service and for being the kind of person that everybody can relate to. We really appreciate that.
Same sentiments. I'm a new guy, but hey, I'm glad that you've been here all this time. I'm not sure you've been a gift to the district because longevity is something that is passe for many, many, many organizations, and I'm very happy that you're here.
I just want to say I'm so lucky to have Judy in our department. She completes our puzzle and our team, and she goes above and beyond. Anything that I've asked of her, she delivers willingly. She has a lot of history that we could tap into, and so some knowledge of why we do things and how it's
Sure.
progressed. And so she's a valuable asset to our team, and I'm just lucky to have her a part of us. So thank you so much for all you do for us.
Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Now, citizens to address the board. Are there any citizens to address the board?
No, sir.
Let's go on presentations, meet the principals.
So, at our last meeting, we had just hired a new principal for Mount Taylor Elementary and a new principal for Grants High School. And as we were talking about tonight's agenda, we knew that it was important that we have these wonderful ladies come and kind of share their vision for their schools, their thoughts on leadership and kind of what they're working on. So it's my honor to introduce Stevie Elkins, who's the principal of Grants High School, and Amanda Valdez, who's the principal of Mount Taylor Elementary.
Good evening, Superintendent, Board President, members of the board, everyone here. Amanda Valdez, Principal of Mount Taylor. I am excited, I'm looking forward, ready for a productive, positive school year. And that has to do with what our vision is for our school year. Our vision and our goals is safe school culture, positive team building, relationships, families, staff working together, building positive social, emotional, cultural well-being of students as well as academics, progress working together. Overall, yes, we want good working relationships with staff, grade level meetings, with SPED, inclusion, all of that, but the overarching positive culture environment.
Oh, tell us a little about yourself first, and then Stevie, you also need to, we need a little bio on you.
The reason why this is more so exciting for me is because growing up, my mom lived on Del Norte. I used to walk to school to Mount Taylor Elementary. So went to school to Mount Taylor, went to school Los Alamitos, graduated Grants High School. I started in Cabero with Dr. Ashambo and Emily Hunt, and then transferred to Milan, and then worked 12 more years, 13 more years in Milan, then was instructional coach at the smaller schools. And so I feel like I've gotten a lot of well-rounded experience within all of the schools, from some good educators and good working relationships. No matter where you're at, we were there for the kids with whoever I was, whatever grade level, from second grade to sixth grade. I was fifth and sixth looping partner there, and then second grade, looped to third, looped to fourth, and then instructional coach for a couple years. Worked with Mr. Miller at Blue Water in Santa Fe, and then assistant principal with Dr. Ayala. And so it felt like very full circle and back at the same building that I went to school at. And
Amazing,
yes.
thank you. Same thing.
Wagner, Mr. President, board members, directors, Ms. Sandoval, thank you for having me here tonight. My name is Stevie Elkins, and I am also a very homegrown employee. I am humbled and honored to have been selected by my peers to take on this responsibility. During my interview, I made it very clear that if kids and staff members are safe and happy and healthy, the rest of that comes with it. We can reach them in any way that we need to, if they feel safe, if they feel happy, and if they're healthy. And so that's been my philosophy with my own two kids who are in this district, and following me into this leadership role. I am a lead from behind kind of girl, because the reality is that I can't do all of the work necessary, you know what I mean, that needs to be done. It is the people that I value that are pulling that ship, and I am pushing from behind. And that's my philosophy on leadership. I am also a Grants High School graduate, Los Alamitos, Milan Elementary, and similar to Amanda, we were talking about Judy's time with the district, and I started at Grants High School as an EA. I was transferred to Santa Fe Elementary. I did my student teaching at the middle school, which I don't know if I love that, but and then went back to Mount Taylor Elementary, where I taught for 7 years, have been at Grants High School as an instructional coach, as an assistant principal, and now as the principal of Grants High School. So I'm with Ms. Hunt Daly about growing your own. I am a product of this district. My children will be a product of this district, and I want to make sure that everybody at Grants High School has that experience. And part of my experience at Grants High School was being happy. I didn't mind coming to school, and I really want kids to feel happy, healthy, and safe when they're under our care. And like I said, the rest, the academic rigor, the academic excellence comes with them being comfortable where they're at. So again, I am honored, humbled to be chosen by my peers, and excited to get started. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, can I say a few words?
Wait, I'm gonna say, John,
Oh,
you may say something,
Women
please.
first, please. Just a little word of advice, because we always hear from the community. Make sure your school is ready to go day one, that your synergy is up, because I hear a lot of issues about the synergy problems. Staff not being able to access it and all this stuff, so make sure that, that's up, that the students are being registered. I see that on Facebook from people in the community, the bus drivers and others saying, here's the way to register your kids, and I'm like, okay, I'm assuming it's on the website as well, but just to make sure, that there's nothing that deters a little first grader, kindergarten, if they don't know who they are. And did you register? Well, I don't know. So just, you're very happy and very a formidable person. I like that, and that you've been in the school system, so you know what works, right? And so you're going to hit the ground running, different ages, with different stages, but I wish you nothing but good luck. You know the system, you love the community. That's should be on our job description. You have to love the community and be able to serve them, because if it wasn't for those kids, we wouldn't be here. They're our bread and butter, and so we just need to make sure that they understand that we treat the parents and the students like they're our own. Thank you very much for your interest in GCCS, and I wish you the best of luck for the coming year.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Mr. Wagner, let's continue on, and I appreciate you guys here. You can be here for the rest of the meeting, or we will allow you the honor and pleasure of leaving. There are things to be done. Okay.
Sorry, those kids,
Those kids always.
Darn kids.
Okay, action items. Is there a motion to take from the table the motion previously tabled on June 20th?
Can we have that?
Yeah, you just need to say it so moved as stated.
Okay, so moved as stated.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Just a second. To move that, the previously tabled item, which is listed below, consideration of expenditures. Call for the vote. Roll call, please.
Dr. Shambo,
Yes.
Emily Hunt Daly,
Yes.
Robert Hayes,
Collectively, yes.
Richard Jones,
Aye.
Okay, we're going to be consideration of approval of
Wait,
the. Wait a minute, roll,
Yes.
Ron.
That's all right.
He's not hurt.
Yeah.
One, two, three, four,
So
five.
now we've taken it from the table.
Yes,
Yeah,
now we've
now we
taken it
have to
from the
move.
table, and we will now consider of approval of the expenditure of that amount for the demolition and abatement of 2 buildings and the construction of new information technology building in that amount. Is there a do you wish to discuss, or do you wish to make a recommendation first?
I'll make a recommendation, and then if you want to discuss, you can.
Okay,
I have been in 2 budget meetings with board members. Since our last meeting, I met with Mr. Ortiz and Dr. Archambault, along with staff of Grant Cibola County Schools, looking at the budget, looking at where we're at. And our committee has kind of come to the consensus that it's best if we wait on this. My recommendation would be to not approve this motion, and we can reconsider our options after the bond election, as well as our exploring alternatives. So my recommendation is to not approve this motion.
all right. Is there a motion to be made?
Or do
Do
we
you want to
wanna,
discuss it?
or do we take no action, or?
We can take a motion, we can approve.
Vote either yes or no.
If there's no motion, that's just, we're not taking action, and it dies right there.
So there's a choice. Someone can move to either reject or approve, or,
No, it's, the motion would be to accept.
what did you
If
recommend?
there's,
You recommend,
if there-
I recommend to not, to fail the motion.
okay. So, to that effect,
So to that effect, a motion has to be made, a second has to be made, and then the vote to turn it down has to be made.
No.
You already have the motion on the table.
Hold on.
You
The
wanna,
action item reads, consideration of approval of the expenditure. If you make a motion, that's a motion to approve. If there is no motion, it dies on the plate.
is there,
A motion.
I'm just waiting, I'm not gonna give any hints whether one or the other. So this is before the board.
I'm going to make a motion to continue with the consideration approval of the expenditure for the demolition and abatement of the two buildings.
It's a motion to approve, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Is there a second? Seeing none, then the motion fails.
No problem picking this up sometime later on in the year.
Thank you, Emily, for moving on. C, consideration of approval of the amended resolution of the Open Meetings Act.
I recommend you to approve this.
Is there a motion to that effect?
Mr. President, to Superintendent Whiter, what did we add to this? Was it just the website? Is that what we did? Is that why they're all highlighted? I'm taking that's the only thing I've seen that has changed in this. I'm thinking, I'm
They're not
guessing,
highlighted, they're
that's the only
involved.
thing that's changed. We added the website to
We
it.
added the website.
Okay.
It's a very slight modification.
Agreed, yes. And it's a dynamic document. Everything we do is dynamic. We have to change and fix it, do it every.
I apologize for that.
Well, she's correct. It is just a very slight amendment in order to ensure we know where we're gonna do these things. Is there a motion to that effect? Consideration of approval of the amended resolution.
So move, Mr. President.
Thank you. Is there a second? So motion has been made by Bob Hayes and seconded by Ron Ortiz to approve the amended resolution of the Open Meetings Act as presented. Any discussion?
How is it presented?
No idea what he's.
Seeing none,
How was it
How
presented?
presented?
How was it presented?
The motion? Accept
Nope.
as-
Nope. How was give me the amended resolution?
oh, he doesn't have it in front of him.
Oh, you don't have the amended resolution?
Consideration of approval of the amended resolution. So the motion was to approve the amended resolution of the Open Meetings Act.
Can somebody just read me the amended resolution?
If you may, up your guy, Richard, the only thing that's added is the website www.gccs.k12.nm.us throughout the document that allows folks to see what we're doing.
Okay, that's all. That's the only amendment we've done.
Correct.
Thank you. That's all I just need.
Gotcha.
Then have the minutes.
One doesn't have it.
Okay.
So a motion was made and seconded. Roll call?
Dr. Guyer Shambo,
Yes.
Hunt Daly,
Yes.
Robert Hayes.
Yes.
Richard Jones,
Aye.
Ron Ortiz.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Mr. D. Mr. Widener?
So-
We have consideration of approval to MOU.
This is a memorandum of understanding for the Second Street Loop project. Mr. Purplehorn, do you want to speak to that?
Yes, sir. Mr. President, members of the board, so this MOU is to extend our commitment to the city on our trails projects that have been going on throughout the town. So what this project's gonna do is actually connect Second Street. It's gonna go up Mountain and then come around the back side here and then come down Roosevelt. And so that's what this project is for. So I've been working with the city as well as Wilson Architects on that design. We have funding in place from DOT for it. So all we're waiting on now is the MOU, so.
And I recommend to approve it. We've been working on this one for several years.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion made by Richard Jones to approve, seconded by Ron Ortiz. Memorandum of Standing for Second Street Loop Project with the City of Grants as presented. Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Dr. Guyer Shambo,
Yes.
Emily Hunt Daly,
Yes.
Robert Hayes.
Yes.
Richard Jones,
Aye.
Ron Ortiz,
Yes.
Motion carries. Mr. Widener, the next item.
For item E, the board has a standing committee that serves on the audit committee for GCCS. Throughout the year, we're audited several times a year. And so we do need volunteers from board members to be on the audit committee. Mr. Maldonado, do you want to talk about the audits?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President, board members. Right now, the audit committee consists of 2 board members, Mr. Ortiz and Dr. Archambo, as well as 2 community members, April Cash and
Mr. Attention.
Gary Atencio, thank you, as well as some staff and the superintendent. Our audit is starting on July 29th this year. We have an entrance committee meeting that's required. So I am just proposing that we either confirm the existing board members or we look for new 2 board members to serve on this committee throughout the audit period, which lasts July through November.
Board members, your pleasure. Are there any volunteers?
Might be voluntold.
I'll volunteer. I've been on it for a while.
Okay. Anyone else want to volunteer?
You know, there can only be 2 board members, period.
We're trying to find out who the 2 is. Emily is volunteering.
Are you volunteering, Richard?
I've been on that committee a bunch. And honestly, I'm really out of town too much to be on that committee, but I think Robert should do it.
I'm being voluntold.
It's a fun committee.
Well, I know, numbers are just fantastic. Mr. President, if you'd like me to serve, I will.
Thank you very much. We have 2 volunteers. And let's make a move. Let's make a motion. Ron, you wanna make a motion to approve?
Because we're on the committee.
I'll make a motion that we approve Emily Hunt Daly and Mr. Robert Hayes to the audit
To
committee.
the audit committee.
I second it.
The second
All right.
is made.
Thank you,
Motion made by Ron Ortiz, seconded by Richard Jones to have those 2, Mr. Jones and Emily Hunt Daly, be appointed to the audit committee. Roll call?
Dr. Guyer Shambo,
Yes.
Emily Hunt Daly,
Yes.
Robert Hayes,
Abstain?
No.
Yes.
Richard Jones,
Aye.
Thank you, motion
Ron
carries.
Ortiz.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, may I say something? The very first meeting is July 29th. You can do it by Zoom.
Is that like a Friday?
Yes. It's a,
What time?
it's a Monday.
You guys set at the time.
Monday,
set
the
up the time.
31st.
Oh, then I'm lying. It's the 31st.
So what, oh, then I need what
29th is
time?
actually a Saturday.
We can set whatever time you want.
Because we in the afternoon, I have staffing in the morning.
The 29th is a Saturday.
Yeah. that's the-
July, that's the
Saturday.
31st. My bad. I made a mistake.
Monday the 31st.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it'd be great.
We'll make sure you get the link so you can.
Sure, sure.
So we're gonna set
Thank
a
you
time
both for
now?
volunteering for that.
Yeah.
And typically it occurs here in the conference, little conference room there.
Sometimes there's coffee and donuts.
Sometimes.
Sometimes there's nothing.
And usually what time do you meet,
3 o'clock is great.
Dr. Guy?
It is around about 9 o'clock, right?
Mhm.
In the morning?
Another place.
Maybe
I'm
before.
contacting Andy. All right. Mr. Widener, consent agenda?
At this time, we've reached the consent agenda portion of our meeting. You do have in your packets the bills and expenditure report for June of 2023. And I recommend that is this informational?
No, this is motion.
That we entertain a motion to approve this report.
Thank you. Let's take a quick peek at this.
In this report, that's where we closed out the year. Had our last expenditures.
Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the consent agenda tonight.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made by Ron Ortiz, seconded by Bob Hayes to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any discussion? Seeing none? Roll call?
Dr. Guyer Campbell,
Yes.
Emily Hunt Daly,
Nay.
Robert Hayes,
Aye.
Richard Jones,
Aye.
Tyler Sheets.
Yes.
Motion carries. We're now at the section called executive session. And at this point, we will be discussing limited personnel matters to review and finalize the new superintendent's evaluation instrument and set forth performance expectations and receive personnel report on organizational changes regarding existing and the hiring of new personnel and the general supervision of the superintendent as part of the superintendent board relations pursuant to section 1015(1)(h)(2) of the Open Meetings Act. Discussion with the school district's attorney to review the final evaluation instrument for a new superintendent, best practice for setting expectations and best practices in superintendent board relations under statute as pending or threatened litigation pursuant to section 1015(1)(h)(7) of the Open Meetings Act, and under the attorney-client privilege in the anticipation of and to prevent further litigation, no action will be taken, and only the items listed will be discussed. Consideration of,
Sorry, you're gonna.
Dr. Guy,
yes,
on my agenda, underneath that paragraph, it says action. We need to be very clear that there's never any action taken in executive session.
no action.
Never, ever.
Go ahead.
So there's just never action, like, and maybe I got an old one or something, but in that, under executive session, it says action, approval of superintendent's evaluation instrument, implementation of the same. No action is done in there at all, ever.
Is there a motion to go into executive session?
My question is, with what Mr. Jones has brought up, but we've already approved the agenda with the action item on there. Now, what do we need to do to take it out of executive session?
Well, I know what the issue is, and
There's never action taken in the executive session, ever.
that's correct. What is omitted from here is the motion to go into executive session. Okay? So we would need to make a motion to go into executive session. That is the action item that
Is that what this should say here at the bottom?
there should be inserted in between, right after what I read, should be a statement says action, should be motion to go into executive session
Agreed,
as per
state statute,
the description.
yes.
And that's the only thing we would vote on. When we would come back out, we would move to go back into open session.
Correct.
then this item is relevant. And that's what he's pointing out. Is that,
There's two items.
Yeah, so-
Under nine and 10,
so
action.
what I'm saying to you is that in order to go into executive session, we must make a motion to go into executive session at this point. Do you understand?
I 100% understand. I just need
Okay. And he
to,
wanted to point it out that this was true. So is there a motion to go into executive session as per the description of the purpose?
Before that, then that should have been noted before we took action to approve the agenda. If it was on the agenda and Mr. Jones saw that, then that should have been taken out at that time before we approved the agenda. Now-
you're correct. And I didn't see it till just reading along with him, because there's never action in executive session. It's against the law. You can't have action in executive session.
Yeah,
So-
that's true.
Mr. President, I think we just need to stress, what you're saying, we just need to say that we're going into executive session, and then we come out of executive session saying nothing has happened, and then we will act
Like we've done before, right?
We,
We do that each time.
You know, we're brand new here, we're gonna try and, you know.
So I'm entertaining a motion to go into executive session.
Mr. President, and so moved.
So moved. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is this motion been made and seconded for the board to go into executive session as per the purpose as set forth here? Seeing none,
I think we're making a mistake here. I think it has to be in the motion. The motion needs to read, I make a motion, we go into executive session. Read that again, omitting, and no action will be taken in executive session. I just want us to do it legal. I'm all for going into executive session,
you know what you're
but
doing.
that should have
Let me
never
say
been
it,
on.
restate it again. The motion,
I'll make a motion, we go into executive session
With no
as per the terms in section A, number 10 and number 11, omitting any action because action never goes on in executive session.
number 9 and number
is there a
10.
motion to that effect?
I think that's what he was making a motion.
I just made that
Wait a
motion.
second.
I'll second.
Second.
We have,
And to be on the same page, Mr. President, I withdraw my first motion.
Was there,
He just made a second to the new one for Richard, yes.
okay.
So it
how
stays
do, how do we undo that first?
I will give my motion.
Well, we'll have Andy sort that out for us.
I undid it in the motion.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's number 9 and 10, not
I think number 9, 10, and 11.
And 11.
11 too.
Yeah, but those
Oh,
are,
okay, oh
So-
my gosh, 9, 10, and 11, okay,
9, 10, 11.
Where are you seeing that?
at the bottom, the very
They all say
bottom.
action on each one of them.
Yeah, and my apologies for not seeing that before. It should never be there, ever in executive session.
One moment. So we made a motion and with the condition that he stated.
Correct.
That
One
That amended.
there are no
action.
actions to be considered in executive session. We understand that. Is there a roll call for that?
Dr. DarShambo,
Yes?
Emily Hunt Daly,
Yes,
Robert Hayes.
Yes.
Richard Jones,
Aye.
Ron Ortiz.
Yes.
Motion carries. So we are now in an executive session, at which time we will discuss the matters identified there. And let's. Take about 5 minutes or so.
Because I also have the, good night, I also have the,
Okay, bye.
yeah, so I can see my calendar.
Where you at?
Oh, it was
Laguna?
fine.
Did you get off on the?
Mr. Ortiz.
Mr. Maldonado, you too, sir.
He called me ahead of time, hey,
They didn't start.
Let me explain something to you then while you're there. Let me seek his advice right now. In the agenda,
Once we
we
get Richard in.
did not include the statement that says, after executive session, a motion to go into executive session. We did not have that listed in the agenda.
How do we get Mr. Jones in?
Well, she'll give him another link. They'll have to click on that.
Perfect.
Yes.
Wait a minute, let me say it again. Wait, repeat what you said. I said we did not have that statement there, but we went ahead and created a statement that made the motion to go into executive session
With no action.
as per the description above with no action to be taken. And we voted on that.
Fine,
Okay,
that is absolutely fine. You don't have to have a motion on your agenda.
okay. So,
Executive session itself is an item.
okay, then when we return from executive session, we have a motion to go back into executive session.
Back into regular
Yes.
session.
Okay, and
No action taken.
and you are 15 miles away and holding.
Are you
Yeah,
back?
I'm trying to get on, I am on 124.
Oh, he's on the old road,
You're
okay.
on the road.
It's on the old road. Okay, good luck. So you're saying that it's all congested?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the trucks trying to get off that's making it congested.
Where are you,
Slow moving,
where are you at specifically?
just past the Laguna Burger.
Oh, yeah, it stopped all the way from there.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
He's in the
You mean that
roundabout.
circular thing?
Yeah, he's in the roundabout.
So tell him,
Yeah.
Andy, take the
Into
back.
Zoom?
Oh,
He's 30 or 45 minutes out.
yeah. take
How do
the-
you wish to do this? Do you want to put you on Zoom or on something?
Or just have him on the
Yeah, I
phone.
could be on the phone. I could pull over. I got 4 bars right now.
You're parked by the bar.
You're by the bar.
They're making fun of you. Okay.
Take that back road, Andy, past,
I'll get
North
the ring to
Camaro,
send it to Zoom.
school.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
see.
And Richard can
You
join
can
us.
either
for
do the Zoom or or do it by phone.
How are you, sir?
Okay?
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
right?
Good.
All right, let's see, we'll
Oh,
we'll
you have to
contact
go
you
on.
again to see what we can do.
So
About
you were
5
going
minutes.
to,
No,
hang
we're
out
staying
here.
here. Everybody left, so we're staying here.
well, I'm gonna stay in here.
Cause you know he's not gonna get here, right?
It says,
Well, he's gonna be on the phone.
yeah.
We discussed.
We'll see how they can manage the technology.
Yeah,
Personally, I like to take a nap, I'm so
Yeah.
tired.
it must have just happened because they didn't stop. When we were coming, they didn't stop.
Yeah, but that,
Tractor trailer slipped off the main road.
Where at?
Lead on the,
right at the 104,
By
you come up the
Buckville.
hill.
by
It
Budville.
started exiting at 108 and they went through 066
Mhm.
all the way up to
Oh, that's why we saw that cop going that way
Yeah.
to stop the
Really?
traffic. Yeah.
so that's where the whole.
And you said there's a 2 vehicle,
It's right here, right there,
Oh, okay.
coming up the hill. That's the 104
Yeah.
exit. This is coming up the hill just before you get to
So did
Sky
it-
City. It's right there, the vehicle's right there,
And then the tractor trailer sitting down below.
or something like that.
Yeah, so they